Hello everyone, welcome to Creative Escape on a Wednesday night. My name is Rochelle Smith and I'm from Stamping Flair. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. I teach paper crafting and I do classes where I teach you how to make cards and other paper crafting goodies, and we do some scrapbooking, which I do some things on my blog as well. So if you are a paper crafter or you have any interest in learning to craft or starting on that journey, I am here to help you and I am able to assist you with all that fun stuff. I'm just going to give a couple of minutes or maybe a few seconds for people to hop on, and while I share this on my group, and if you're not on that group, make sure you join Stamping Flair online workshops and events. I do a monthly workshop there and add some extra bits and pieces there as well. So that's a special group that I have. So if you are watching with me today, please say hi, or if you're watching on the replay, make sure you give me a comment, as that really helps me and helps others to see as well. And if you know someone who would like to see this video, please share it with them. So my featured product this week is the beautiful You're a Peach suite from our new annual catalogue. Well, it's a month in now, so it's not too new, but still lots of fun new products for us to look at. And so if you hop on to go through my Facebook page, you will see lots of projects. And if you haven't subscribed to my blog, make sure you subscribe there, because sometimes I post different things on there, and on my Instagram sometimes has different projects as well. So various things happening across the board. So I will just turn my camera around so you can see the Euro Peach suite. And it's on page 60 to 61, from pages 60 to 61, and I love the colors of this suite, and it's just really summery and fresh, and the balmy blue and the calypso coral really lovely together. And if you look on our catalogue, wherever there's a suite there, Stampin' Up had made it easy to see what colors coordinate with that particular suite. Of course, you don't have to stick with those colors, which I'm going to show you what I've done today. But in this particular suite, you get Calypso Coral, Pale Papaya, Mango Melody, Bumblebee, Pear, Pizzazz, and Balmy Blue. So those are some colors that coordinate in this particular suite. So today I am teaching you a technique. I think it's called a floating inlay technique, or inlay floating technique. I think it's a floating inlay technique. Anyway, it's a technique of sorts, and it's just a bit of a fun technique for you to learn. But we also have, so I've got a few products here, and I do have my stamparatus to work with, which will help with adding multiple colors on peach. So as I said, I am working with a different color. So for my card base, I have mint macaron card base, and I think the colors of this suite, because of the greens and things, it does offer your opportunities to move to different color schemes. Basic white card mat and two stitch rectangles, which I've cut from the nested rectangles. So that's the other side of them. They're exactly the same size. Okay, I've got a window sheet there, so that's like your acetate, but our window sheets are quite thicker. You will need your trimmer, so that's for our technique part. You need a trimmer and some paper scraps. So this is just some, I do have smaller bits, but I did get my larger piece, and some scraps of Pale Papaya, which is one of our new in colors, and mint macaron. So we'll start with our technique piece. So I've got my, it might be hard to see. You've got the window sheet, and I've just cut that. I think it was 8 by 8 centimeters, but that is not going to matter in the long run. Then I'm going to cut down my cardstock at different lengths, at different widths, I should say, sorry. So it doesn't matter what width. You do want to make it at least the width of a mini dimensional, so you can put one of them under. So at least on some of them. Some can be skinnier. I'll show you as I go how. That doesn't look quite straight to me, but I think it is. So some can be skinnier, and that won't matter, but you need somewhere where you can stick it on. So I will cut some a bit thinner, some a little bit thicker, wider I should say. I might not use all of it, but I just like to have varying sizes. So I'll keep them aside. Now I think that is sufficient for my pale papaya, and I'll do the same with the mint macaron. And I like to have a few really skinny bits, and some, because it's not a very big piece of acetate, I'm not having really wide pieces, but if it was a little bit larger, you could have it just the strips a bit wider. Maybe like that. So that's our outfit. I'll keep that aside just so you can see in case we need some more. Just getting some scrap paper. So we're going to use some liquid glue. You can, because I've got thinner strips. Otherwise, you can use your tearing tape as well. So we're going to lay these down across. So in any random pattern, there's no specific way. I'll get a pair of paper snips. So I hope you can see you can't see that. Just make sure. I'm just going to release a bit of glue there. And I'll start with a thicker piece, I think. So try not to get the glue on the acetate. You can, it doesn't matter, but I guess it gets all filmy. And then we're just going to stick it down there nicely. Then I'll pick another width in the mint macaron. So the distance between them doesn't matter, right? I will pick a really skinny strip and add that. And I might go with a wide bit of that. Pale papaya. Make sure you glue, like place the glue right along, because you don't want that coming off when we do our next step. Then I'll leave a bit of a gap there. This is purely whatever you like. I'm just watching the stick. This is a great way to use your paper scraps in there. Now I'll put that thicker strip a bit closer. I can put a really skinny strip on the side. And that'll fit in nicely there. So the idea is you can't really see that as you went underneath of the window sheet. If I stick under, I could have put a silicone sheet, but I didn't. But that's okay. I'll just trim that off there. So I'm going to trim that back down. That's what I wasn't too concerned when I did stick it down there. And I'll set that aside because we're going to dry cut it. But for now, I will leave that aside. And I'll trim that side down as well. The next thing we're going to do is to stamp the peach. Now you got your regular peach like in the Papaya color, in the peachy color. I wanted to make mine more like a nectarine kind of color. So this is the stamp apparatus, which is our stamp positioning tool. You get 2 of these plates. It's a little bit grubby, but so you get 1 there and 1 there. So you actually get 4 sides you can lay your stamp. So the idea is you can restamp if it doesn't quite work out, or you can do with different techniques. There are different techniques you can do with this. So I'm going to ink up with Pale Papaya first. And I have got the foam mat under, the grid mat under, which gives cushioning because this is a photopolymer stamp, which is the see-through stamp. And then on your stamp set, it will actually say what it is, the photopolymer. If you're using the clean, you won't need that. Now, that Sweet as a Peach stamp set is a distinctive stamp. I'm going to leave that, the magnet holds it in place. The distinctive stamps have an opaque look, so it has the shading, which is like a photograph, so it gives that shading already, so it looks like you colored it with all the shading, but that's just the stamp. Now I'm going to bring in some Blackberry Bliss. I'll just clean that down with my shiny. You've probably just seen that. I'll bring in my Blackberry Bliss, and I've got one of our little sponge daubers, which just fit on top of your finger. Or your finger just slides in there. And I've just got my Blackberry Bliss thing. I'll bring it to camera. And I'm just going to sponge around the peach like that. I'll clean my peach, the pale part of my peach. So, and then I might have to do this a couple of times. Now, the beauty with this is we haven't moved the stamp, it's stamping exactly over where I stamped previously. And it's moved it slightly, and I'll just bring it back down here. There are two magnets with it. I'm just thinking up with Blackberry Bliss off camera, so just want a bit more plum-like. And as it dries, the colors will blend more. So you'll see what I mean, like it gives a nice look. And then I might bring in, I think I want it a bit more with the pale papaya, so I'm just going to go in again and blend that in a little bit more. So I've got another sponge dough bar. I'll give this a clean, nearly forgot that. The stamp artist is a really great tool if you haven't got it, and it's also great for things like this where you have to mark a stamp over things. But it's great, like if you're doing mass production of cards. So like Christmas time, if you have to do a 20th time, you just set it and just restamp like that. So it's just great. That was completely off. See what I mean? Okay, here we go. Okay, stamp artist practice. Okay, let's try that. Oh, redo it. I wasn't concentrating, I was chit-chatting. And I might eat that up again while I've got it because I think I want it a bit more orangey. And that's what's good. Right, that's a bit bright, isn't it? And even though there was ink on the side, it didn't come off. It moved, I didn't look. That's what happened. Get back to the Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so it's the same one. But, it's just that I messed up the first one. That's all good. That's good. Let's do a little more there. I just want to bring in. It's like it reminds me of some of this. I think it's nectarines. I'm not much of a fruit person myself for my veggies. Now, that's done. I'll clean that up later. Now we will stamp our leaves. So I've got mint macaron, and I will get another sponge over, and I just want to do it. I'm just going to clean up my messy over. It's just got another green on it, and I just wanted, you can, that's how you clean it. I just rub it off, excess. Get that green off. Okay, so let's ink this up in with macaron so it ties in with our card base. And then I will bring in Pear Pizzazz, and because it ties in with our designer series paper. And it gives a nice two-tone effect, so it kind of matches your peach or nectarine or whatever you want to call it at the moment. Now I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine. So this is our mini stamping pattern emboss machine, stem for short, and we will die cut this. So I've got some washi tape just to hold this in place. I hope you can catch that. And I'm just going to cut that down so it fits in here. So this is just our add-ons. for our card. We've done our little technique, so if you just hop by and missed the technique part of the, well, we've got a couple of techniques going, haven't we, with the stamparatus, the multiple stamping, and we've got our inlay floating technique which we did before. So if you missed that, just go back and watch that. And I'll have all the products I used up under this link later. So we're running it through our stamping emboss machine. Now, so there's the dies, and I'll leave that. I'll put that away. We need that. So that's our peach and the lips. Now we'll bring back in our window sheet, which we prepared earlier. I've got a circle from the layering circles dies, and we're going to cut a circle out of that. So place it where you think would work best for you. Actually, I might put a little piece of paper on top, because sometimes, I will tell you why, sometimes these marks leave marks on top of that cardstock. So I'll tell you my little trick. I just put a piece of grit paper on top to stop that happening. Get that a bit further. And it stops the marks getting on the cardstock. I do that all the time with my foil too, so that doesn't happen. It's a little bit tighter, obviously, because there's a bit more paper in there, but it just does minimize that the marks going through. I may have to run it through again. It's quite thick. Let's see. A little bit more. Because the window sheets are quite thick. And here we're punching, then you know it's going through. There's a little bit left. I will just trim that down myself. And I can see that looks really nice. Okay, so we've got a centerpiece, so to speak, for our card. So all our elements are ready. I've got, wasn't sure what sentiment to use. I've done regular happy birthday, but you can choose what, there's a whole lot of sentiments in that stamp set. So I'm going to stamp the sentiment first. So if we muck it up, we can change the side, and so you've got quite a few sentiments in there, which is really good. Good to get. You could even use a stamparatus for this, which is quite handy. But I'm just going to place it how I think it's going to place. I'm probably going to place it a little, so somewhere there. had a feeling it's a bit crooked because I didn't really think about all this thing. And that's why I didn't paste it before. Sometimes I do, but not with think I was doing it haphazardly. There we go. So now I'm going to stick this down. And so this is just stuck on down there. So you just need a very minimal amount of glue. That glue sticks really well. And you don't want to put too much either. Next, I am going to just have that. I love that paper. So pretty. I'm laying it like that, so I'm just going to put a teeny bit of glue there just so it sticks. And I know that's what it's going to do. So then I'm not fiddling with trying to add things on and trying to adjust it. Then I'm just sticking that straight flat. You could add dimensionals, but I figured I'm putting my circle on dimensionals as well, so I won't do that. Now the next thing is we're going to add some mini dimensionals. You could put larger ones on this particular one, but you might strike trouble when you're trying to put on these little ones. That kind of worked well, then the two ends had the papaya. Just sticking it like that. Now for my peach, I am gluing this. I'm just going to glue this at the back like that. I think it sits better like that. I'll just place it like that. So you can use seal as well, which is the runner, if you like that better, or you can put a bit of tear and tape at the back, and that looks good too. Add a couple of larger dimensionals, and I'm just gonna place it like that. I need some sort of embellishment. So give me one sec, because I put it in this box, and it's just on the other table. Okay, my big box of embellishment. I thought the Gilded Gems would be nice. I sprayed them in just plastic bags. This is I just trying it out, see how it goes, and the small Gilded Gems work. It just makes it easier for me to look at them as well, find them. And this adds a bit of bling and fills up that bottom space as well. And you will see I had a bit of a over there. We have it up there. And we might just place it, just another one over here perhaps, to offset that. So that's our card with the floating inlaid technique. We did a bit of on the window sheets. So I will show you another piece I have done, but I haven't created the card yet. So this is another piece I did with that floating inlaid technique. I've attached it to smoky slate, so something I can do with that. But that's you learned some. Hopefully you picked up some tips with regards to the stamparatus, multiple coloring, and things like that. I hope you've enjoyed that and had a bit of fun today. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me with regards to any techniques, or if you still like to get a catalog and haven't got one, please message me and I'll get one out to you. And the shopping link will be down there in the comments, so you can place your orders or call me to place your order. Thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate your time. See you. Bye.